This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome to the SAP S4HANA QM demo, quality management demo. Okay. So the demo agenda is like this. First we will have the introduction of the students, introduction of the trainer. Okay. And after that I will just show you the course content, the topics that we are going to discuss during the training. Okay. Okay. And I'll just give you overview of this. Can you please be on. Okay. And then I'll show you the documentation part. Like at the end of the training, I'll provide you some documents. I will show you some sample documents, and at the end we'll discuss on the training methodology, like when to have training, weekdays or weekends, what is the suitable timings. Okay. So before I give my introduction, can you people give your introduction one by one? Okay. Can we start with Vishnu? Vishnu, can you give your brief introduction, Vishnu?
Hi everyone. Good evening and everyone. I am Vishnu Vardhan. Basically, I'm from Tamil Nadu, India, Coimbatore. So I'm working as a consultant, SAP PP consultant, working in corporate sector. So I have overall experience in PP, 5 years of experience.
So I got your point. So you're basically PP consultant, want to learn QM, right? Is it correct?
Yes, correct, yes.
Okay, thanks, thanks. Okay, Rupesh, can you please go ahead with your introduction? Rupesh, please.
Yes, hi. My name is Rupesh. I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm an MM consultant looking to learn QM.
Okay, good. Okay. So then you're also not new to SAP, right? Okay, thanks, Rupesh.
No. I've been in SAP.
Yeah, okay. The other person, Amay, can you please provide your introduction? Amay.
Hey, hi, this is Amay. So actually, I am working as a SAP plant maintenance consultant. So in plant maintenance, I have experience of 4 years. So
Okay.
I have worked at multiple client location for the implementation, support, and rollout. And I have also worked with the mobile applications like Work Manager, Asset Manager on that.
So one PP, one MM, one EM. Okay. So I mean, you're also not new to SAP, right? So that's okay. Good. Okay. And now
Yes.
who is pending now? Carlos, can you give your brief introduction? Carlos, please unmute and speak.
Okay. I am Carlos. I live in Caracas, Venezuela. I have been working for many years as a PP consultant. And now I need to learn QM because I am already in a project where I am doing some QM. So it would be good to know it better.
Okay. So you're also PP, right? Okay. So
yeah,
you're also not new to SAP. Okay, thank God. Yeah. Okay. Who is left over now? Somebody with name Shiva. Hey, hi Shiva. Can you please unmute yourself and speak, Shiva?
Hi, hello everyone. This is Shiva. I'm a SAP PM consultant working from past 6 years.
Okay.
So it is a need of learning QM for me now as a project perspective. So I just wanted to learn.
Okay. So what I observed from the introductions is all of you are already working on SAP. Okay, on different modules like PP, PP, PM, MM. Okay. So so that's okay. That's good. Okay. So thanks for giving your introductions. Let me go ahead. I'll give my introduction. So myself, Savan. Okay, myself, Savan. I'm a BTech mechanical graduate. I have overall 17 years of experience. 6 years into domain and 11 years in SAP. Okay. So before coming into SAP, I worked as a quality analyst in one of the industries. So I worked as a quality analyst. That time I was the end user of SAP. I was the end user of SAP. Okay. And then later on I learned SAP. Then I moved to SAP consulting. Okay. And I'm certified in QM module, quality management module. And so far, I implemented 5 end-to-end. I completed 5 end-to-end implementation projects including one S4HANA. Okay, and these are the what do you call that, Fortune 500 organizations for which I implemented SAP. Okay, and these are the domains, types of industries for which I worked. Okay, pharmaceuticals, automobiles, brewery, and furniture industries. And currently, I'm working as a solution architect in one of the leading IT organizations. Okay, and these are the countries I traveled as part of my SAP career. So this is my brief introduction now. Okay, so let's move on. So this is a course content. Okay, basically. Okay, uh, first is introduction. Then we will see all the master data. Okay, then we will go for planning and execution in QM. Okay, once master data and planning and execution is completed, we will go to the business processes. QM in procurement means QM in MM, then QM in production, QM in PP. Okay, how the quality management works in production. Okay, then QM in SD, sales and distribution. Okay, then we will see sample management. Okay, then calibration inspection, QM in PM, plant maintenance. Okay, that calibration, test equipment management we will discuss. Then recurring inspection, nothing but retesting. In some industries, what they do, they have to periodically test the materials. So that is called recurring inspection. How to do that, we will see. Then quality certificates, how to generate the certificates from the system, like printing. Like in your you print the purchase order, right? And in PP, you print the production order. Same way here, after the inspection lot results recording and UD, they will print the quality certificate, COE, certificate of analysis. So how to print that, we will see. Then quality control, okay, how to monitor the quality systems, we will see that. Then quality notifications, kappa, like in PM, you have this notification, right? So here also you will have quality notifications. So how to create notifications, how to process, we will see that. Then we have stability studies. I will explain in subsequent slides what is stability studies, and configuration. Ultimately, as a consultant, what you will do, you do configuration, right? That configuration we will discuss. And finally, the integration of QM with other modules. Okay, so this is the course content. Okay, so first, this I can skip, right? Like, I no need to explain again what is SAP, why SAP is used. This is not required, right? Is that okay, guys? Vishnu, Shiva, Rupesh.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That is not
Yeah,
required,
that's
right?
fine,
Yeah,
Saman.
okay, fine. Proceed.
Okay, I'll skip it. I'll skip it. I will explain what is QM module in the subsequent slide. When we go to master data, you will understand. Okay, so I will cover this in the subsequent slides. Okay, and navigation in SAP, you know, right? How to log on to SAP, how to log off, how to perform transactions, all that stuff, you know, right? So I'll not go into this again. Okay? Now the next one is master data. Org structure, you all know, right? Or you want me to explain again org structure? You all know what is client, what is company code, what is plant, what is storage location. You know all
Yes,
those things.
yes, that's clear, Saman.
Okay, I'll not go into those things again. Okay,
Sure.
storage location. So in QM also the what do you call that? The org structure is very simple. You have plant and you have storage location. So all QM activities normally happens at plant level, all quality management activities. Okay. So I'll not cover organization structure. Okay. Now material master. Also, I assume all of you might be knowing material master. Okay. So how to create material, how to do the how to activate the views, how to enter the data, all those things you might be knowing. Okay. So only in the material master for quality QM, there will be a view called QM view, quality management view. So that view, we will see how to activate that view, what data needs to be entered, okay, how to activate the inspection types, all those things we will discuss in the material master. Okay. Now our real master data will start from the MICs, master inspection characteristics. Just give me 1 minute.
Are you there? I am not listening.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute due to some issues. Okay, that's okay. So now
Okay.
let's start with master inspection characteristics. Okay, I will just explain now. Suppose, let me go to a notepad file. Okay, suppose let's say in your company, let's say you are procuring a material. You are for production activity. Let's say you are purchasing a material. Let's say you are purchasing hydrochloric acid. HCl, hydrochloric acid. I assume all of you know what is hydrochloric acid. Okay. Suppose I want to test the quality of this material. Normally, what you will check? What you will check when this material is received? Normally, can somebody unmute and speak? What you will check normally? If it is a solution, it's a solution, right? It's a liquid material, correct? So normally, what you will check? Can somebody confirm?
pH.
Okay, pH. Okay, that's okay. Directly you went to pH. Huh? Okay. With naked eye, what you will check normally? Normally, what you will check? Uh, can somebody? Others also can speak. Please go ahead. Normally, you have a liquid. Let's say in your house you have water. What you will check normally with water when you are drinking water? What you will check normally?
Quality of water.
That's okay. In the quality, what you will check? I'll tell you. See, normally any solution, normally what you will check, whether it is clear or not, it will check, right? Clarity. Whether it is having any particles, whether it is having any, whether solution is clear or not, whether it is hazy, you will check, right? Correct? Is that correct? Is it correct?
Yes.
So,
Correct.
Yes.
so
Yes.
that is first thing. Now, after that, what you will check? You normally check its color, right? How the solution is. What is the color of the solution? Correct? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Just give me 1 minute.
Yes.
Sure.
So, okay. You check the clarity. You check the clarity and you check the color normally. Okay. And after that, you have to some other parameters. What please? Uh, some other parameters. What you will check? You check pH value, and let's say you check its viscosity. Okay. So those parameters you will check. Suppose let's say this is a liquid solution. Okay. Suppose let's say you are working in a pencil manufacturing company. Okay, you are working in a pencil manufacturing industry. So now after pencils are manufactured, what you will check? Let's say I want to evaluate the quality of pencils manufactured. What you will check? What parameters you will check? You will check their length. Their length. All pencils are according to the length. Okay. You check its width. Okay, and you check its hardness. You check their hardness. Correct. So these are the parameters you will check to evaluate the quality of the material. So these parameters are called as MICs, master inspection characteristics. Master inspection characteristics are nothing but the quality attributes or parameters of a material you are going to check. Suppose if the clarity of the material is not good, are you going to use that material? Will you use that material? No, right? If the clarity is not there, solution is having some particles and all, will you use that material? No, you reject it and you will discard it. Okay, so all these are called MICs. Clarity is a MIC, color is a MIC, pH is a MIC. All these are called MICs. MICs. Length, the parameter, quality attribute you are going to check for a material, that is called MICs. Master inspection characteristics. Okay, so when we go to the training, we will check what are the types of MICs we have. Okay, how to create them, what data is maintained in the MICs. Okay, MICs, all those things we will discuss. Okay, after that we will go to the sampling procedure. What is sampling procedure? I'll tell you a simple example. Suppose, let's say, take the case your work. Suppose, let's say, take the case of liquid only. Suppose, let's say, you received 1,000-liter solution from a supplier. You purchased it. You want to do quality check. Okay, are you going to inspect entire 1,000-liter? What you will do normally, Vishnu or Shiva? What you will do?
We will take random some 5 liters, 10 liters of quantity.
Correct. You will not take 5 liters, of course. You will take some 0.5 liter, 500 ml. You will take, and then using this quantity, you will check all these parameters. So this is your total quantity. This is your sample quantity. So system has to calculate the sample quantity. So that sample quantity calculation will happen using this sampling procedure. Okay, suppose let's say, take the case of pencils. So let's say I produced 1,000 pencils, 1,000 pieces of pencils. I want to check all these parameters. Okay, will you check each and every 1,000 pencils? Are you going to check all the 1,000 pencils? No. What you will do? You take around 5 or 10. You take 5 or 10 randomly. You take 5 or 10 pencils from the 1,000 pencils, and you will check all these parameters. Correct? So this is called sample quantity. So now this sample quantity system has to calculate. System only will calculate, and it will give you how much samples you need to take. So all those calculations will happen using this sampling procedure. Okay. Here. So we are here. Sampling procedure. So what is this sampling procedure? How the sampling procedures are created? Where they are assigned ultimately? What is sampling scheme? What is sample drawing procedure? What is the difference between all these three? All those things we will discuss in the sampling procedure. Here I am giving you the high level overview. Okay, so that is on the sampling part. Now after that we will go to codes, code groups, and catalogs. I'll tell you the simple scenario. Okay, suppose, let me take the liquids scenario. Suppose, let's say, pH value. Okay, normally what will be the range of pH value? 0 to 40. Normally the pH value will be 0 to 40. Okay, so suppose, let's say, your pH value, you check the pH value and the pH value is 8. What system will do in this case? Can somebody speak? Vishnu, or what system do in this case? Vishnu, please unmute and speak. Vishnu or Shiva. If the pH value is 8,
yes,
what you will do? What system has to say? System will say okay.
It's okay. Correct.
Why? What is the reason? Why
so
system will say
Within the
accept?
limits.
because
Yeah, correct. This value 8 is within the limits. Suppose, let's say, if the pH value is, let's say, it is 16, what system is going to say? Not okay.
do not accept.
Not okay.
Yes.
Reject. What system is going to do? Not okay, and it will say reject. So here what's happening? The value you are going to enter, system is comparing with the limits. This is called lower limit. I'm not sure how many of you have industry experience. This is called lower specification limit. Okay, and this 14 is called upper specification limit. So whatever the result you are getting, when you enter in the system will compare with the limits, and accordingly it will give you the valuation, whether accept or reject. So this is okay, pH value okay. But now let's take the case of clarity, okay, or let's take the case of color. Color doesn't have any limits. Now what system is going to do? Color. Suppose let's say color. Normally color should be like this, right? Black, yellow, okay, red. These are colors. But how system will come to know if it is black or if it is black, it is accepted. If it is yellow, if it is rejected. How system will come to know? Here there are no limits. For color, there are no limits. Then how system will come to know? And also one more thing, user can enter anything. Instead of black, he can enter anything. He can enter whatever he wants. He can enter Donald Trump also. He can enter Donald Trump. System will be in confusion whether to accept or reject. Okay, what's going to happen here? Okay, so in that case, to avoid the confusion, for the qualitative characteristics, for these kind of qualitative characteristics where you don't have limits, what you give a predefined list to the users. So you will give like this: black, yellow, red, and then let's say white color. You give some predefined values to the users to select the value, and also for each value you will say whether it is accept, whether it is reject, that also you will. So from this list user will select. So all these are called as codes. This black is a code, this yellow is a code, this red is a code, this white is a code. So these predefined list you will give. So those are called as codes and code groups. Accordingly we will see. So we will see when we go to the training how to create all these codes, code groups, catalogs, how to create all these things, ultimately where they are used, those things we will discuss. Okay, next one is inspection method. So now, as of now, what we discussed, we know what to inspect, we know what needs to be inspected, how much sample quantity I need to take, I know that. Okay, and I know my limits, my lower limit, my upper limit I know. Okay, and in case of qualitative ones, I know my codes and code groups. All this information I know. But now the question is how to do quality inspection. That you should know. Is that correct? You should know how to do quality inspection. What is a procedure, method, that you should know. You means the analyst, the person who is working in the quality lab, they should know. So that is, suppose let's say you are checking pH value. How the pH value is checked? Anybody having idea? Anybody having idea how the pH value of a solution is checked? I'm not sure how many of you worked in quality labs. How the pH value of a solution is checked? Any idea? So what they do, they take some solution in a beaker, and then they will dip the electrode of the pH meter in that solution, and then they will take the reading. So the quality analyst who is working in the lab, okay, the analyst who is working in the lab, he should know how to do quality inspection, how to check a parameter. So that procedure you will put it in the inspection method. So by looking at this inspection method in the system, then accordingly he will do the quality inspection. Okay, he does the quality inspection. That is inspection method. So we will discuss what is this inspection method, how the inspection methods are created, ultimately where they are assigned, and ultimately where they are used. Okay, where they will come into picture. All those things we will discuss. This is the entire master data. Okay, after the master data we will go to the planning. So here they will create inspection plan. Okay, now what's happening here? Now we created the parameters. Okay, so now the quality analyst should know for which material what parameters he has to check. He should know. Okay, suppose if it is a liquid material, you will check clarity, color, all those things. Suppose if it is a powder material, you will check some different parameters. So the analyst should know for a particular material what parameters he has to check. So what I will do, I'll just remove everything. Suppose let's say same case, hydrochloric acid solution. So for this, what parameters he has to check? He has to check. I'm just giving. So you have to provide that list to him. Okay, so he need to check color. Okay, then clarity. Okay, then he has to check pH value. Okay, then viscosity. Then it's what you call it, potency. So you will, this is a material. For this material, he has to check all these parameters. So that you will put it in the inspection plan. Inspection plan will tell you for a particular material, what parameters, what MICs he has to check. That you will enter in the inspection plan. Okay, so that inspection plan, how it is created, what data is maintained in the inspection plan. Okay, ultimately where this inspection plan is used, we will understand. Okay, so that is the inspection plan. Now let me go to the lot. Next one is the inspection lot. What is inspection lot? Okay, inspection lot is basically the request for a particular inspection of a material. Let's say you received a material. Okay, let's say now you received a material. Okay, you received a material 1000 liter. Okay, now quality analyst should be informed, right? He has to inform that there is a 1000 liter quantity has arrived. This is the total quantity. Okay, he needs to be informed. Okay, that information goes to him via this inspection lot. So inspection lot will contain what material needs to be inspected, what is the total quantity, and also it will contain what is the sample quantity, how much sample quantity he needs to take. Okay, sample quantity, let's say 0.5 liter. Okay, and when he has to start the quality inspection, start date. Okay, all that information will of course it will contain the main important thing is batch number. Just give me just so it will have batch number also. So that inspection lot will contain all this information. What is the total quantity received? Okay, how much sample quantity he needs to take, when he needs to start the inspection, what is the batch number, all that information it will have. Okay, it will have all that information. So using this information, what he does is he will go to the material. Somebody unmuted. Please do not unmute. Please do not unmute. There's some background noise is coming. Okay, at the end we will have a question and answer session. Okay, so what he does is the analyst, as the material is received, he will go to the material and he will take the sample. So in the inspection lot, he will have the sample quantity. System only will tell him how much sample quantity he has to take. So here if you see, the analyst goes to the material. This is the total quantity received. From one of the container, he will take a sample. Okay, here also he is taking a sample. So once they take the sample, they will go to the lab. And he will perform all the tests. And that test will be available in the plan. In the lot, it will be available. What parameters he need to check. So like this, he has to check all this: color, clarity, pH value, viscosity, potency, all these things he has to check. So he will do all those checks, all the quality inspection he will do. Once it is done, he will go to the system. He will do the results recording. What is results recording? Results recording means entering the values in the system for these parameters. Suppose let's say color he found it as green. I'm just taking the example. Clarity, solution is clear. He will enter in the system. Clear. pH value, the result is let's say 8. Viscosity, he found it as like 1.2 centipoises. Potency, he found it as 101.2%. So all these results, whatever he gets, those things he will enter in the system. That is called results recording. Okay. Now, once the results recording is completed, next step is usage decision. UD. Okay, UD means ultimately quality analyst is going to say whether that stock, whether that particular quantity can be used or cannot be used, accept or reject. That is called UD. Okay. Now, once he says that, accordingly they will move the stock. So initially, when the stock is received, first they will put the stock in the quality inspection. They will put in the quality inspection area. Once the analyst say okay, they will move it to the approved area. Let's say he says rejected, they will move it to the rejected. That is called stock posting. Same in the system, he will do the stock posting. So what he does is, in the system, what he does is, if it is accepted, if it is accepted, first the system will be in, when it is accepted, he will post the stock from quality inspection to unrestricted use. I assume all of you are already working on SAP, right? I assume you know what is our unrestricted use stock, approved stock. Okay, if it is rejected, he will move the stock from quality to blocked stock, because nobody can use this. Okay, nobody can use this. So this entire flow, we will see it in the system. Okay, how the inspection lots are created. Okay, we will see how these inspection lots are created automatically, manually, how the results recording is done, different methods, how the usage decision is performed, okay, and how the stock posting is done. All those things we will understand in the system. This is called QM execution. Okay. So after this, now we will go to the business processes. First is QM in procurement. Okay. So normally in any typical manufacturing company, to produce the products, they need some raw materials. So these raw materials they will purchase from a supplier. So when they are received, they have to check the quality of those raw materials. If they don't check, if those raw materials are consumed in production, ultimately your end product quality also will suffer. So for that, what they do the quality inspection of incoming materials, raw materials. So how to do that? That is called good receipt inspection against purchase order. Okay, so when they do the good receipt against purchase order, how to generate the quality lot, inspection lot, all those things, what setting needs to be done, all those things we will discuss. After that, good receipt inspection without purchase order. Sometimes without purchase order also they will procure. So that time how to do quality inspection. Then controls in procurement. Okay, so suppose let's say after certain period a supplier is not giving good quality of the material. So as a QM guy, as a quality guy, you have to block that vendor. You have to block that vendor so that purchasing department cannot procure the material from that supplier. So how to do that? That kind of controls in procurement we will discuss. Okay, and then stock transfer inspection. So let's say in company, they move the stocks from one plant to another plant, or one storage location to another storage location. That time how to do quality inspection. All those things we will discuss. Okay, so now after that, QM in production. Okay, so in some industries, when the production is ongoing, they will do some quality checks. So how to do that in the system? In process inspection for production order. How to do that? Okay, how to generate the lot, inspection lot. Next one is in process inspection for production order with inspection points. They will do regular inspection at a frequent intervals. Let's say for every 1 hour they have to do quality check. Production is ongoing. Every 1 hour they have to go and they have to do some quality check inspection. So how to do that? That we need to understand in the system how to execute that. Then good receipt inspection after production. Okay, so your entire production activity is completed. At the end, how to do the production quality inspection. These things we will understand. Okay. After that, we will go to QM in sales and distribution. Okay, so even though the product is inspected during production, some customers wants the quality inspection of the material again during delivery. Okay, so that outbound delivery, when they do the delivery to the customer, again how to do quality inspection, we will discuss. Okay, and also inspection after customer return. So you delivered a product to the customer, you sold a product to the customer, and the customer says the product quality is not good. So what you will say, you return it. When he return it, you will check whether that particular market complaint is genuine or not. So you will do quality inspection again, just to check. That is called inspection after customer returns. So how to do this in the system, we will see. This is basically QM and SD integration. Okay, that is the SD. After that, we will go to physical samples management. Okay, so some industries, what happens is some process industries like pharmaceutical, chemical, those kind of industries, what happens is, let's say you received a material in 4 containers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just giving an example. Normal scenario, what they do, they take sample from any one of the containers. But in some industries, regulatory industries, what happens is they have to take sample from each container. They have to take sample from each container and they have to mix these samples, and then only they have to do inspection. Okay, so you have that kind of scenarios also. So that kind of scenarios, you go for physical samples management. So the ones which you take directly from the container, those are called primary samples. Okay, and these samples are mixed. The mixed sample is called pooled sample. And in some industries, they will store a sample for future purpose. They will reserve a sample, store it till its expiry. That is called reserve sample. So now system, when the GR is done, or when the material is received, or when the material is produced, system has to create all these samples automatically. Primary samples, pooled samples, reserve samples. So how to create all these samples automatically in the system, we will understand. What are the types of physical samples, how these samples has to be created, what is the master data you need to set up for this, and using these samples, how the inspection lot processing happens. So those things we will discuss. Okay, that is called physical samples management. Okay, after that we will go to calibration inspection. This is integration with PM. Somebody a PM consultant, right? So this is the integration between QM and PM. So what happens is, in some industries, what happens is, to check the quality of the materials, they use some equipment, quality equipment. Okay, say like same case, I gave the example right here, pH meter. So now they will cross check whether this pH meter is working properly or not. They will check every month or every year, once in a year or once in a month, they will have that criteria. They will check, they will cross check whether this equipment is giving proper results or not. That is called calibration. So that calibration, how to do that in the system, we need to understand. Okay, so periodically they will check whether that particular equipment is functioning properly or not. It is giving proper results or not, they will check. If it is not giving proper results, your quality results will go wrong, leading to confusion. So for that, they will periodically, they will do the calibration. So how to do this in the SAP system, we need to understand. What is a master data we need to set up, how the process flow happens, how it is integrated with plant maintenance module, what are the integration points, all those things we will discuss. That is calibration inspection. Okay, after that, recurring inspection. This is also normally mandatory in pharma industries, or food manufacturing industries, or chemical industries. Those kind of industries, they have this recurring. Recurring means what is, let's say you received a material into your warehouse. First time anyhow you will do quality inspection. But even though you do for one-time quality inspection, as per the regulatory standards, as per the regulatory norms, you have to do retesting periodically, like after every 1 year. After every 1 year, you have to do quality inspection again on that material with on the leftover quantity. Okay, so every 1 year you have to do quality. So that is called recurring inspection, nothing but retesting. So after 1 year, system has to generate the inspection lot automatically. So how to do that? What are the settings required? What is the process flow? Okay, how system will generate the lot? Okay, what background jobs you need to execute for this, deadline monitoring, all those things we will discuss. A recurring inspection. Okay. After that, quality certificate. This is print up. Normally industries, what happens is the quality analyst. Where are we? This one. The quality analyst, once he completes the quality inspection, he enters the results in the system, and then he will take a print. He will take a print of all the results on a paper. This is called COA, Certificate of Analysis, or in some industries they call it as COC, Certificate of Conformance. So what they do, they take a print. So he will take a print, and he will go to his manager. He will ask his manager to sign on that form. Okay, he will sign, analyzed by, he will do his signature, and then he will ask his manager to do the signature. Okay, so once it is the sign off is done, if it is a finished product COA, they will send it to along with the product to the customer. If it is a raw material COA, they will store it in the company as a document. So that COA printing, how to do that? How to do from the system? So if you see here, you see these are the MICs, these are values, and they will sign it over here. Okay, so this print, how to generate from the system, we will see. What settings you need to make. We need to create certificate profile. We need to assign the certificate profile to the materials. Okay, what data you need to maintain in this, all those things we will discuss. That is certificates, quality certificates. After that, we will go to quality control. Quality control is nothing but monitoring the processes. Suppose, let's say you are procuring a material, okay, from a vendor. Okay, vendor. Okay, suppose I'll go to notepad file. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, suppose you have a material. It's a same HCl. You are procuring it from a supplier, vendor A. Okay, now you are checking the pH value. So what is the range of the pH value normally? It is from 0 to 40 pH value range. Okay, so let's say material is received over a period of time. You are getting the results like this. Sometimes, let's say the result is like this, 0.2. Next time the result is 13.9. Next time when you receive, you did the inspection, your pH value is like 0.3. Next time when you received, it's like 13.8. You are getting these values. What does this say? What is the observation here? Values are within the limits only. These results are within the limits. But what do you observe? There is a lot of deviation. Results are not consistent. Correct, Vishnu? Vishnu, are you there? Vishnu, Shiva. Vishnu,
Yes.
are you there? Yeah. So what do you observe here? Results are within the limits, but there is a deviation. They are almost touching the limits. So if you don't take any action on this, what's going to happen? After a certain period, the results will go out of the limits. So periodically you will check all the results. You take the result of the last 6 months or last 1 year. You take the data, you put it on a graph. And you observe the pattern. So what you will do? You take all the results. You take all the results, put it on a graph, chart. Instead of calling graph, you can call it as a chart. So you put on the chart and you observe the pattern. How is the pattern? The pattern is consistent. Suppose let's say the pattern is like this, then that's good. It's good. Suppose let's say the pattern is like this, going here, okay, and going here. If the pattern is like this, then there is a problem. So you have to inform your supplier. You have to warn your supplier. So for doing this, they use this quality control, statistical process control. So they will use these control charts. So they will develop this. They will take the chart from the system. Okay, so how to create this control chart? How to develop this control chart from the system? You need to understand how to create these control charts. What data needs to be maintained? What settings you have to maintain in the system? Those things you need to understand. We need to learn. So this control chart we will create from the SAP system, and later on they will analyze. Analyzing is the user's activity, end users or business users activity, analyzing the pattern. Only as a consultant, we need to ensure that how this control chart is generated from the system, what settings you have to do. That is a quality control. Okay. After that, notification. Notification is CAPA. CAPA. This is the industry terminology of CAPA, corrective action and preventive action. Okay, suppose you received a material. Okay, you did the quality inspection. Now the material is not good, quality is not good, it is getting rejected. So now what you have to do next? You have to do the investigation. Why the material got rejected? Okay, why the material got rejected? Now what you need to do with that rejected material? CAPA, corrective action, means for that particular material which got rejected, what you are going to do? Whether you are going to return it to the supplier, or whether you are going to do some rework and reuse it again, or rework and use it again, or what you are going to do. That is corrective action. Now next one is preventive action, means what you are going to do so that that problem will not occur again. Okay, so that preventive action, what you are going to do. Suppose let's say you issue a warning letter to the supplier, or you will not pay, you will not make the payment to the supplier for that particular quantity. You say him, you have supplied a material which is not good, so I'm not going to make the payment this time. I am giving a warning letter to you. Okay, so that preventive action. Or sometimes you will discontinue that vendor. You will inform the vendor that we are not going to do any procurement from you from here onwards. So that is a preventive action. Okay, so in the quality notification, they will enter all this information. First is investigation, why the material got failed. Okay, next one is what corrective action you are going to take, and what preventive action you are going to take, so that these problems will not occur again. All this information is documented in the quality notification. Tomorrow, let's say the auditor comes, one auditor comes, and he will ask, when the material got rejected, what you have done? Then they will show this notification in the SAP system. So this is what we have done. This is the investigation we did. Then we came to know that this is the reason the material got failed. Then we took this corrective action, and also we took this preventive action. So all those things we will see. How to generate these quality notifications, how to create notifications manually, how to create notifications automatically during defect recording. Those things we will discuss. What are the types of quality notifications? Vendor quality notification, customer quality notification, quality notification, those things we'll discuss. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so that is a quality notification. Okay, after the quality notification, we will go to stability studies. Okay, stability studies means expiry studies. Suppose let's say you go to any pharmacy, or a medical shop. Okay, when you purchase medicines or drugs, medicines, what do you see? You will see batch number, okay, and then manufacturing date, and then you will see expiry date. Correct? you will see expiry date. How this expiry date is calculated? This expiry date is calculated using the stability studies. Stability studies. So what they do, they store the product. They store the product in some environmental conditions. Okay, like they will store for 1 month, 6 months, okay, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. They will store. Now, once this period is reached, they will take out the sample and then they will do the testing. So let's say after 1 month, they take out the sample. Sample is okay, accept. After 6 months, they will take the 6-month sample. They will do the testing. It is okay. After 1 year, they will take the sample. They will test, accept. Let's say after 3 years, they will take the sample. They did the inspection, but it got rejected. Then the 3 years will become its expiry. Stability studies. That's what. So now this one, how to execute in the system, we will see. How to execute this. Stability studies. Okay. This is a business process. How to do that in the system, what settings you have to make, all those things we will understand. Okay. After that, we will go to S4HANA special topics. You might be knowing, right? All of you are SAP consultants, right? So older version is ECC. Okay. Now the new version is S4HANA. So in S4HANA, we have this along with the traditional GUI, you have this Fiori apps. So we will discuss about Fiori, how this Fiori is used, how the apps works. We will run one end-to-end cycle with using the Fiori apps. All those things we will see. Because suddenly your organization may ask you to work on S4HANA. Then you should be in a position to handle Fiori also. So we will discuss on the Fiori. And the new data migration tool, LTMC. In ECC, what you have? Data migration tools, you have LSMW, correct? And you have BDCs, you have in ECC. But in S4HANA, they came up with a new tool called LTMC. Okay, where all the templates are available. You just download the template, fill the data, and upload the data. So this, how to use this tool, we will run one end-to-end upload. We will see that. And from ECC to S4HANA, the changes with respect to QM. We will see that. Okay, see, from here onwards, any implementation, you have to work on S4HANA. So we will see the S4HANA topics. Okay. After that, we will go to configuration. As a consultant, what you will do at the end of the day, you do configuration. So you have to learn the configuration. We will see all the configuration. Plant settings, inspection type configuration, all the master data configuration, all the business processes configuration, everything we will see it in the system. Okay. After that, QM integration with other modules. Okay, so QM integration with PP, MM, PM, SD, all those things we will discuss. How the QM module plays the role with the other modules. We will see that. Okay. So once the training is completed, I will be sharing you 4 types of documents. Okay. I'll show you one by one. One is a SAP certification documents. Next one is process flow documents. Third one is config documents. And the fourth one is a press post. I will share all the total entire documentation. I'll show you one by one. First one is a certification documents. So these are the ones. SAP certification documents. All the soft copies you will get. These ones. Entire certification material. Whatever is there in these documents, we will discuss. But for future reference, you will get all these documents. Certification documents. You will get all the entire QM certification documents. Okay, all these things you will get. That is the first thing. Next one is you will get all the process flow document. These are like end user manuals. Okay. Suppose whatever I show it in the system. Suppose let's say QM in procurement. How to do that? Suppose let's say with step-by-step screenshots you will get this one. If you see here, see with step-by-step screenshots. First, what settings you have to make? What settings you have to make? How to activate the inspection type? Okay, once you activate the inspection type, then they create the PO. Okay, and then how the inspection lot gets generated. with step-by-step screenshots. You will get stock going into quality. Okay, then how the lots get generated, total entire process, whatever I show it in the system, I prepared them with step-by-step screenshots. So you will get all these documents. These are more or less like end user manuals. So you will get all these documents. Okay. So these ones you will get. That is a process flow document. Next one is config documents with step-by-step screenshots. Okay, I'll show you a sample one. Config document. Suppose this one. If you see here, how to do this configuration. This one. You will get this entire one with step-by-step screenshots. You see, here you will get everything. I'll show this configuration in the system, but you will get all these documents. So you will get the entire configuration documents with all the step-by-step screenshots. Entire configuration documents, quality notification, configuration, everything you will get. Okay, and the other one is you will get the SAP press books also. So these are the ones. These ones, SAP press books. This is one book, and this is another latest book. You will get these also. You will get all these books. Okay, so this will be for your future reference. So you will get the entire documentation of QM module. You will get the entire thing. Okay, you will get the entire thing. Now coming to the training methodology part. Okay, so this training will take around 25 to 30 hours. 25 to 30 hours it will take. Okay, so normally I adopt two types of training. One is weekdays, Monday to Friday, daily 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour, that is one type of training. Another one is only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday 2.5 hours and Sunday 2.5 hours. So that it will become 5 hours per week. That is a duration part. Coming to the tools, we will be using the latest S4HANA server for training. We will not be using the ECC server anymore. We will be using latest S4HANA, that to 2020 version. Latest S4HANA 2020 version. If you want, I can show you. This is the one. Yeah, let me show you. Wait, let me show you that server also. We will be using the latest S4HANA server. This one. Okay, you see, if you see here, it is S4HANA 2020. Using this server, we will do the training. We will not be using that old ECC server anymore. Okay, so you will get all the everything latest one. Okay, this server we will use, and also Fiori, both GUI and Fiori. Okay, so that is on this one, and also we will be using this GoToMeeting tool, the tool which we are using now. Okay, and also I will record every session, and I will provide you the recorded videos of the sessions. When the training is happening, I will record the session, and I will provide you all the videos of those sessions. And also you will get the ID server access for 3 months. You have to check with that institute. They will provide you server access for 3 months. Okay, so that's the tools. Now coming to the method of training. Training will happen using real-time scenarios. This is not I'm clarifying. This training is not to become a core user or an end user or something. This training is to become a SAP QM consultant. Okay, in that way we will be discussing the concepts, and everything we will be executing in SAP. This is the demo. So in this demo, what I did, I just explained the concepts. I just gave you the high level overview of all the master data, all the business processes and everything. But in the real training, we will go to the system, everything we will be executing end to end. And to execute that end to end, as a consultant, what configuration settings, what master data settings you need to do. All those things we will discuss. Okay, that's the method of training. Now, this, I don't think this is required for you people because you are already working as a consultant, right? I don't think this is required for you. This is required only for the people who want to enter into consulting field. I don't think this is required for you, but still, if you want interview question list, I can provide you the SAP QM interview question list. I can provide you that. Okay, that's all. That's all. If you have any questions, we can discuss now. Please unmute yourself and.
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
When the training is in weekends, I did not get how many hours on Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday 2.5 hours and Sunday 2.5 hours.
2.5.
No. Saturday 2.5 hours, and on Sunday 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You need to decide whether you want it on weekdays or weekends. Accordingly, we will start. Okay. Any other questions? Vishnu, Shiva.
Yes. I have another.
No, sir.
I have another question. So I understand pretty well English, but it's a great relief for me to have subtitles. You know, Microsoft Teams has the captions, and it helps a lot if you are foreigner. I understood you. I will say 98%, but it's not possible to have captions in GoToMeetings in this software.
Okay. Anyhow, you will get all the recorded sessions actually. Also, whenever the training happens, as I explained previously, I will be recording that session and I will provide you the video of that session. So once you have that video, whenever you want, you can go through that videos again. That is one thing. And also you will get all the documents. Whatever I show it in the system, you will get with those documents with step-by-step screenshots, right? So once you have these two videos and documents, I don't think you will be having any problem. So you should not have any problem.
Okay. I will get 2 classes, QM and English. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. What about others? Vishnu, any questions? Vishnu, Shiva,
Yeah.
Rupesh.
No, sir. Yeah, it's good to go.
Okay. The other person, what's in them? Ameya. Amey.
The hands on.
Yeah. Rupesh.
Yeah, 7 Shiva here.
Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Saban, I have a question. So, how many months of access we will get to the system?
As far as I know, 3 months. As far as I know, 3 months. You need to check with that Expertsoft. You need to check with that Expertsoft.
3 months.
As far as I know,
3 months.
Yeah. 3 months.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, fine. Thanks.
Okay. Is that okay?
Any real-time scenarios like integration point, like not end-to-end, but where we use integration from QM to other systems.
That's what I showed you, right? Able to see my screen. That's what here. Integration points.
No, I'm talking about interfaces actually.
Interfaces. Yeah, we will discuss about overview level limbs and all. Limbs interfacing, track-wise interfacing. Yes. But showing that interfacing end-to-end is a technical work.
It's not possible. I understand. Yeah, it's not possible. Just to overview like wherever interfaces we are using.
Yeah. Yes. I'll give you the FSDs also for the previous projects where I did interfacing. That FSDs also I will give. Interfacing FSDs.
Okay.
What else? Any other questions? Rupesh, are you there?
All good, Savan.
Okay. If no further questions, thanks for attending the demo. Okay. You just inform them. Inform the what do you call that?
Thank you very much, Savan. Good job.
Yeah. Okay then. Thanks.
Thanks, Savan. Take care.
Thank you, Savan.
Thanks all.